Hello.
Evening, Urban Nation Radio. This is Monday Night Love Sessions. And I'm your girl, Akila Trene. And we have Detroit, Dontrell Detroit. And we have Miss Roro is back with us this week.
Hello. How you guys? How you guys doing tonight?
So we missed you last week.
I missed y'all too.
I know you tried to join us a little bit
I did.
on the message board.
I did.
And hopefully we'll be able to interact with our guest, or not our guest, our audience on the message board, as well as calling in a little bit later on the show. But let me get the housekeeping things out as I always do. So this is Monday Night Love Sessions, and today is February 3rd, 2014. And for the sake of the month of February, we're talking about all things love, which is exciting. And of course,
Yes.
we're all black in here, so we're talking about black love. And therefore, we cover Black History Month and Valentine's Day love all together as one. So we're doing double duty, but we're covering all bases. So you can follow us on Twitter at Urban Radio. Please, please, please like us on Facebook at Urban Nation Radio. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Urban Nation Radio. So if you've been a fan of the show and you've been listening and you've been tuning in, and maybe you haven't got an opportunity to visit our YouTube page, go to Urban Nation Radio, the number 1, and you can check out some of our past shows. You can send the link on to other people if you want them to check it out and be a part of what we're doing over here. And then the last thing I need to give you is our email address. If you have questions, if you want us to cover certain topics, if you want us to cover an event and be there live, you can email us at unationradio@gmail.com. Now, I just said a mouthful, so I need y'all to chime in and help me out on this evening.
Well, don't go to information after
Yes.
that.
Or a song,
Or a song.
because that's really what it is. It's a song.
We'll need to get ready for commercial. We'll have commercial soon.
Yay!
But
Commercial.
Commercial.
We'll discuss that later.
Oh, okay. It's some surprises I don't know about up in here. Woo, woo. Yes, I was the halfway meeting.
But,
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. Valentine's Day. Yeah. But it never really goes my way.
I wish I could say the same, but I can't say the same.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I do understand thousands of people, if not for one day, like people attempting to put definitely possible. So the Plato and Socrates and whoever, I'm pretty sure Akila Trine has it ready for today.
Of
She's
course.
full of surprises.
Yes,
I love
of
philosophy.
course.
Actually, I studied that. Socrates.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where I fell in love.
He fell in love with love.
I'm a whole romantic. Shoot me.
Oh, I'm going to need to I'm going to see if I can find it on one of our song breaks. I'm going to see if I can find a poem I wrote, because you know my poetry is fine. At least I'm going to be my biggest fan, and so that's no problem. I feel like I should. And yeah, so hopefully I can find it. If I can't find it, then sorry guys, because I haven't memorized it. I don't memorize my poetry, but I would like to share a poem with you guys. Outside of that, we're talking about all things love. You know, what is love?
What is love?
Is love a feeling? Is love mental? Is love spiritual? Is love physical?
Can be.
Can you fall in love? Can you fall out of love? Like, you guys are gonna get my opinion, and you just have to remember this is Urban Nation Radio Monday Night Love Session, so you're gonna hear a lot of my opinion on this stuff. In addition to just, you know, some information that has been found, some philosophers, as Detroit noted, and also some researchers who did some special research on love. Now, this is a 4-part series. So, what is love? We're just giving the foundations and the basis for all of it this week. This week. And on the following weeks, we're going to talk about the other aspects of soulmates, love at first sight, love language, all of that. So we're trying to break down love. So if you're tuned in, tell a friend, turn up your radio, listen in, because we're going to get deep into it. And then I'm going to have to put on my love. I'm just playing. That is terrible. That is terrible. That is terrible.
Like
you're going to be the next Kevin Nash, but a female.
Yeah, I'm going to be Kevina Nashada.
Maybe I can get my Theo.
Yeah, maybe that's where you should go with this. Yeah, we might need a little slow, low, mellow music to play in the background because I'm feeling real echo-ish. Like I need something smooth in the background. So yeah, no. What would that have? Anyway, I don't want Detroit to get beside himself. So we are going to go ahead and go into a song, and we'll be back at you with our definitions. Oh my God, what's that? Ooh, no. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Oh my God, I love that song. That song is a sad song.
Takes you back.
I guess it's the love of the lost one.
Right.
I don't know if I wanted to take that direction. But it still works,
Yeah.
Love nonetheless. So as we normally do, and I'm gonna be a gentlewoman and allow Mr. Detroit to go first. Yeah, definitions. So I have some definitions on Greek words, Greek love, and some other different types of love that we're going to talk about. Then I'll just give my own personal definition of what I think love is. But I want you to take it away, Detroit.
And I will, only to assist and give it to Mrs. Bro. We miss you, Miss Bro.
Oh.
Yeah. I pass it to him. He passes it to you. Now you got to make the shot.
So we want you to start us off
Don't
tonight.
you miss that layup, Miss Roro.
All right. Okay, but
shoot the J.
Let me start off
Scotty.
while Miss Bro
while she's collecting her thoughts.
and
Yes.
start off with the basics of why I really enjoy
This topic?
This topic,
That works.
which started with like Miss Bro said back in class, back in the day, talking about soccer play. And the reason being, it let me know that love wasn't so much a specific thing as it was something certain to me. And it was something that I quickly tied to religion, seeing how I grew. God's right hand man. I saw a lot of similarities between love and that of God. So Socrates, he spoke about when he spoke about love, not go there. Plato, like, but Socrates spoke about love. He spoke about it in more elaborate terms. I was just saying because Plato always spoke about his lover. Socrates.
Clean it up.
Clean up. They know I love it. But he spoke about it in terms of abstract versus concrete, constant versus, and he spoke about how some people try to pass it off.
I don't really. Let me just pause you for a second because I'm not sure if you can really be heard. Because I don't know if they can hear what I can hear, but it kind of sounds like your mic is going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
So if you're having trouble hearing me and I'm going in and out because she's trying to be kinky tonight, if you hear me, if you hear me or you feeling me going in and out, depending on how your night is going, then hit us up on the message board and let us know, and or text me and or her, anybody connection that you have with the show, and let me know if you can hear me clearly. And
we can't. You're going in and out.
We will do our best to accommodate and fix the technical errors. But like I was saying, Socrates was saying, many people fall and succumb to their peer, uh, succumb to their peers in the sense that they're trying to satisfy a love that they don't believe in because the masses is a general concept that seems to be concrete. It's down to who you are. It's all changing. You have to satisfy that. So you got to know who you are. Because your life may be a bit different from the next person. Not to say that it's any different, but all different. So
after you just confuse our entire listening audience,
I think I exactly
they're like,
understand what you're saying.
but
I understand exactly what you're saying.
when you were saying what confused, because she got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Respond.
I mean, well, when you were saying something about how your love is different, you know.
Yeah, I got that part.
And then maybe somebody else's love can be like how can I say it? That kind of a little bit. It's kind of like if
These are all opinions.
I mean,
it's just how you think.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, let's just say one think that love is, you know, being with someone for no more than 5 or 6 months. Let's just give an example. Hypothetical. They love being with someone for 5 or 6 months, but they don't really fall in love. They just love being with someone. And then you're the type of person, let's just say, who's with the woman and you are falling in love with her, but she's not gonna do anything for you.
And I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm just gonna interject for a second, just for controversy purposes, and just because this is my true opinion. I do not believe in falling in love. I don't believe in that concept.
Are you serious?
I think that it is a bunch of.
So what would be the whole point of actually marrying someone if you're not in love?
Well,
no.
I'm gonna say let's be careful here in dealing with this Akilah Trenae because we know she is the queen of devil advocate and queen of technicality. So she does not believe in falling in love. But please tell her what you believe in as to coming about love.
Yeah. No. I just want to I'm gonna come with the
Full
come
circle.
and the come.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
I've been with a girl. When she started talking about I'm come. I mean, I'm only so much man before I can just let that one go. Like, you know what? Getting kind of high in here.
I can't say anything around Detroit.
But you know what? That's how
keep it in your pants.
I'm a
That's all
gentleman,
I'm saying.
I mean,
she came like 4 times. I ain't coming that one. But go ahead, bro.
Keep it in your pants.
These are all jokes. Jokes.
Yeah. Hold up, but go ahead. I want to hear Miss Trenae. What's your opinion on that? I mean,
oh no, I wasn't gonna give it right now. I'm gonna come. You know.
She's gonna come.
This is her. This is the month of
Oh my God!
Tell her feel free to come as much as she wants to.
As much as she wants to.
Yeah, that's probably why she normally gives me such a hard.
Really, we are not. We're not gonna do that. Not tonight.
Gosh.
Not tonight. We're not
so
gonna do
funny.
that.
Are you
Because
ready?
we're talking about love. So here we go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk about just the Greek aspect of love first, because I know that a lot of people maybe have heard this before, can identify with it. So there are 4 distinct words for love that come from the Greek, and that's agape, eros, philia, and storge. And I'm gonna go through each one so that we all understand and we kind of know what they mean. And again, we've asked the listening audience. I put the question up there, like, what is love? And I want you to chime in and give us your opinion on what you believe love is. Starting with agape, this says that agape means love in a spiritual sense. In the term agapo, which means I love you in ancient Greek, it often refers to a general affection or deeper sense of true, unconditional love, rather than the attraction suggested by eros. This love is selfless. It gives and expects nothing in return. Agape is used in a biblical passage known as the love chapter. For those of you Bible scholars out there, you already know this. You can say it before I'm about to say it. I'm going to give you an opportunity because you know that it's coming anyway. 1 Corinthians 13.
Verse 4.
And it is described there and throughout the New Testament about the sacrificial and spiritual love. You know, love does so much. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love, love is
true.
What do you have over
and
there?
hopes and always and preserves.
Yes,
and
yeah. Love is a lot.
Yes.
Love is heavy.
And what is
So
not,
when we talk about falling in and out of love, I'm gonna get there because I'm gonna explain to you exactly how I feel about it. I'm gonna just tell you exactly how I feel about it. What do I want to say? It's really just you, Detroit, honestly. Whether the love is returned or not, the person continues to love. So without any self-benefit, they may not get anything out of it, but they're going to love and love and love and love. That's the agape, unconditional love. Agape is also used in ancient texts to denote feelings for one's children, feelings for a spouse. It is also used to refer to a love feast. So, yes, unconditional love of God. That's really what the agape is. And we have eros, for those of you physical. Let's get physical. Physical lovers.
Like Cupid.
It's passionate love with sensual desire and longing, romantic, pure emotion without the balance of logic. Love at first sight. The modern Greek word erotus means intimate love. However, eros does not have to be sexual in nature. Eros can be interpreted as a love for someone whom you love more than the philia, love of friendship. It can also apply to dating relationships as well as marriage. Plato refined his own definition. Although eros is initially felt for a person, with contemplation it becomes an appreciation of beauty within that person. I guess this is where you have the people who come in who have these unhealthy infatuations for inanimate objects and or bestiality and things of that nature. I think that's where that can kind of fall into in that realm. So that was eros. Then we have philia, which is mental love. It means affectionate regard or friendship in both ancient and modern Greek. This type of love has give and take. It is a dispassionate, virtuous love, a concept, and familiarity. In ancient texts, philos denoted a general type of love used for love between family, between friends, and an enjoyment of like different activities, basically. So philia is the friendship love. Mental. They call it a mental love. Okay. And then the last one is storge, which is affection. In ancient and modern Greek, it's natural affection like felt by parents for offspring, rarely used in ancient works, and then almost exclusively as a descriptor of relationships within the family. So it's also known to express mere acceptance or putting up with situations, as in loving the tyrant. So, in my opinion, all four of those would basically, work together when you think of love should be unconditional, love should be passionate, love should be mental, and love should also be affectionate. And those are basically the four different types of Greek love, but I feel like all of those fall into place. But if you were to ask for my personal opinion, which I've already given anyway, but I feel as though that love is unconditional, and that you shouldn't love someone because they love you. You should love someone because of the person who they are, and maybe what you see in them, and all of that. Like, because if you begin to love a person just because they love you, then to me your love is not really real. Like, your love is conditional, and love shouldn't be conditional, because then it's not really love to me in the first place. Like, I can love a person. I don't believe love stops. That's basically what I'm going to say. So when we talk about the fall in love and fall out of love, it makes it seem like, oh my God, I'm just now in love, and now what am I going to do? Or we're no longer together, so I don't love you anymore. Was it really love in the first place? I believe that you can love people and choose to not be with them because it's just not going to work out. Or maybe the passion is just no longer there and you've decided to move other places, but the love that you have for that person is still going to remain, in my opinion. It doesn't just go away.
So,
if it were, in fact, real love.
Of course. So even if you break up with the person, you know, and you like, well, I still love you, no matter what, because you know.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
but
I think that people have to. It's almost like justification. You know, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Well, that's stupid to me because what does that mean? Why is there in love and out of love? You can either just say like I love you because I do love you, you know, but I don't really want to be with you. That's fine. You don't have. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
an easier way of saying it.
The other part of it makes it seem like, okay, we're gonna come to a point where all of a sudden we're gonna cross a threshold, and you're gonna be like, okay, I'm in love with you now. Really? I don't believe in that. That's just my opinion. And I'm gonna just pause right there so that I'm gonna pause right there so that somebody else can join this dialogue and conversation. No, didn't say that. It wasn't me. Why does everything have to be a rebuttal with you? Why can't you just add on and join into and be a part of?
Well, I was
right.
I have a slight rebuttal.
Okay, right. Here we go, y'all.
but anyway, so everything is worth everything. I'm going to agree with it. Except for I don't like the word should incorporate. Even though most people probably feel like that.
Should.
Yeah. You like
you was like
love should be mental. Love should be this. After bed, love should incorporate these things.
I also said I believe.
Right.
No. I said before. I believe that love should have all these for these things.
Okay.
You obviously weren't listening because he was reading in his book, not paying attention.
I heard you. Okay.
You weren't listening though. Go in the studio.
Okay, but
okay.
Right.
No. Just finish your thought.
You can't say I heard you and then listen because that's just like me saying
no, it's not.
And I'm not in love with you.
No, it's not.
I mean,
there is if obviously you all he hasn't. Come on now. Do I really? Do I? No. Do I have to go in teacher mode on you?
No, you don't. Because this is my time to talk. So this is what we'll do. You later, okay? How some people interpret this very thing.
Just speak from your opinion and let me have mine.
Well, thing. I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I agree with how you feel. I don't think there's necessarily a separation of the two, but it doesn't mean that I don't understand what you're talking about. Just like you can say, I hear you, but you aren't listening. You can physically hear something that goes by in my ear, but a lot of people have a hard time telling the discrepancy of that being heard and the difference between that being listened. It would be the same thing. So if somebody says, I love you.
I think you guys, Detroit likes to hear some talk. I decided.
So somebody says, I love you. For most people to be in love.
I've never heard that. They don't stop loving.
Nobody falls out of love with her. But for the others, for those that that fall in and out of love,
I don't believe in it.
It's almost like the person who has a child with a and or just a long 5-year relationship. You're always have love for that person. Like you spent daunting time together.
So what is it? Together. What is that love? What is that love? You said you're always going to have love for that person. What is that love? What is the love? What's the definition of the love that you have for them?
It's a fragment of the love that I had for you before. It's not it in its entirety. The love I have for you before is the love that made me nervous.
Nope. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what that is. That's called infatuation.
No.
It is.
No.
It is.
Well, see, this goes back to you probably not saying I believe, okay? And love this, love should. And I don't want to go on. I don't think
that's okay. You're right.
Okay. But
we got a whole month.
Right,
the whole month.
But we only got 2 hours. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. To say that that's infatuation, so emphatically with conviction, right, now you're trying to tell someone how to and what is love. And that's not for you or I to do.
Why is it not? I have an opinion.
Right, you
that's
have
just
an
her
opinion.
opinion.
You do have.
So you can't tell me what I can and can't do.
Right, but you can't tell somebody else what
I didn't tell anybody else. I told
you.
You.
Told me.
You.
Right.
Yes.
Right, about an opinion that I'm telling you about that you spoke about.
Yes.
Okay, so
keep going.
Let's put the technicality. All right. So, bam. The fact that your infatuation with somebody else is in love without saying you is a fraction of not the entire situation. Maybe for database, I thought about you. I felt fine with the person that I would be with. I was physically turned off to anybody else but you. I saw in prison deep enough to be with, which is why I love you. Now I love you, but I'm not in love. Now I view other women the way that I didn't view them before. I like these other women. I want to hang out and chill with these other women.
Time out. So you said when you loved that woman, it was exclusive because you can only love at one time. Is that what you're saying?
I'm only loving a woman like that. I'm not loving most people like that deep one time. You can love more than one, but if you're in such love,
okay, can you love a different person the same way you loved that one person prior? What do you want? What do you want? What? Let me keep going.
Okay,
what do you want?
So anyway, so with that being said, now the privilege I see the other women because I'm not as in love because I'm before. It doesn't mean that I don't love you because just like you are with someone and you go through time, live a great time. There's no difference in the difference you have with family. They become some type of family to you, whether you're a child with them or not. These are memories that you don't let go that make up who you are. Then you got love for those times, those memories. So it's different than the love that you had and you are now or that you were in before. And so now you have.
Oh, you're done? Because I don't really think that you. And it's fine because okay, this is what I believe. I believe that love is love, and love doesn't have to be justified. Now, I believe that there are other things that go with love. For example, I believe that there is an infatuation stage of love in the sense that, oh my God, when you meet a person, you're just so great. It's so amazing. Like, oh, all these things like, oh, I'm nervous. You could be nervous before you even really know a person. You know what I mean? Just the anticipation of, I believe that all of that part is infatuation of whatever is going on in your mind or what's going on in your head. When you've established love, that you care for a person and that no matter what, you are going to give of yourself to that person, and that's what you decided to do. Because to me, love is a choice. Love doesn't just knock me over the head and oops, I fell in love. I didn't do it on purpose. Love is a choice, in my opinion. And so if I'm choosing to love a person, then that means that love and that choice of what I made, that love is going to stand. I can make a decision to say, well, you know what? Because in all this love that I was given, it was not returned. I was abused. I was taken for granted. I was whatever. And now I've decided, well, you know what? I don't want to give the love that I've been given in the same way anymore. I still care about you. If things were different and you were the person that I thought that you were always going to be, that love that I decided that I wanted to give at that time would probably still happen. But No. It's still love. Not you're getting more into semantics of I got love for you. I love you. I'm in love with you. To me, it's just a way to try and beat around the bush and get around or try and let somebody down to their feelings. Love, when you experience it, I believe that it will not go away. Now, I can, in my opinion, love another person, and that love can soar and go beyond the love that I have for that person. That doesn't mean like, oh my God, because I still love this dude over here, so I can't have anything with you, because I think that's what sometimes people believe. People believe that, oh, I have to get to the point where I either hate this person or I despise them or I don't think about them anymore or they're just out of my life for good before I can move on. People don't have control of the emotions that are going on with them. They haven't understood what love truly is. And when people understand what love truly is, and they will be able to function in it.
I'm trying to say the best way each take place. Because I think to again, at the beginning, and I'm go back to my topic based on what I said. Before I did that, I was like, what the first part that love is a choice. But I also think that love begins at a choice. And after a certain point, love begins as a choice. Like what I chose the situation. I chose the person. I chose the person to allow myself to fall in love with the person. But love can be so strong that it can take a hold. At the end of the day, life is about feeling. Point blank period. It's about happiness. It's about
In
feeling.
your opinion.
In my opinion. After being ill, sick, shot, not success, in my opinion, to me, love is about the things that will make you happy. Die to are you happy with everything that you did? I think that's what that. But so I believe that love can take on a beast of itself and can become too powerful. Simple decision to say I want right now because love brings up feeling. Now about this, people figure out what love really is. First off, that's okay. Trying to figure out what that love is, and for you, in my opinion, I think for you, love is something you control that.
No.
And you may not, but the point is,
Yeah, don't tell me what I think, because you don't.
in
No.
my opinion, that's
No.
just the way I heard it. You know? But the reason why to again, I be able to say that this is what love is, and I'm going to use you since I'm talking to you here, and you can assess too. Okay, I'm holding for the audience. I'm holding in my hand for what? Right hand. I'm holding.
So why didn't you ask Ms. Roro?
What am I holding?
Bottle of water.
Okay. Describe the bottle of water.
Have a label. Have a clear white top.
Okay.
That's all.
Cool. Now, give us your name.
Mm-hmm.
What am I holding?
A bottle of water.
Describe the bottle of water.
Clear white top.
Pretty much with water. Pretty much not going to change. Okay? That's pretty much not going to change.
Or I can say it has ridges on the side. It goes up and down.
Right.
Okay.
And nothing that you are going to say about the bottle and say about here. But you can't say anything else.
Yeah,
about
ask her about if it were half empty or half full, then maybe she could say something different.
The point is, everything that you
It's
say
half full.
about the bottle, everything you say about the bottle, she's going to say about the bottle, everything she says about the bottle, you're going to physical that kind. Now, if I asked her what love is in my ear, I guarantee you, and if I just told her to tell me in one word or two words, it's going to come. It's her two words will be different, and that's just
Okay.
that's
Yes.
just my point. So we can't say this is what it should be. people figure out what it is because it's not that black and white.
Well, I can say when they figure out what it is because
when you say when they figure out what
no, but here's
what it is.
Here's the thing, Detroit. Here's the thing. Like honest to God. Here's the thing. Yes, we can. I can, you can, anyone can, because of the simple fact that love is. So love is something. Right. So if I'm telling you what love is to me, in my opinion, then yes, I can say that. And I'm not trying to appease the people of the world because I'm explaining through my experience the same way you just said, through the things that you've been through in your life. This is what love is to you. That's fine. Our show is about what is love. If love was just a concrete one thing, because everybody said the same thing, then it would be a pointless show because it would be done. Like, love, that's what it is. We're done. No more conversation. So the purpose of the dialogue is the simple fact that my opinion may differ from yours, may differ from yours, may differ from yours. Right? Because you're going to disagree with what I say. But that doesn't mean that my definition of love can't turn on a light bulb or ring a bell or somehow resonate with someone and they said, well, you know what? I agree with that. I really do believe that's love because maybe I never really knew what love was. I thought this was love because there are a lot of people who have a false sense of what love might be because of the way that love might be cultivated. At the end of the day, if somebody asks me what is love, I say God is love because God is love. So, you get what I'm saying? And to a certain extent, what? You get what I'm saying? Or to a certain extent, God is love?
To a certain extent. Vote.
God is love. Period.
Right. You saw that Super Bowl commercial where they had like the purple dot and he was throwing it around and it's just purple dot, period. If I had one of those, I would throw it at you. And it just be period.
I don't have a problem with that because we have the great thing to resonate people or talk. That's not the problem. I have a problem with this. I have a problem with what you say comes across as this is what it is and not just for me and trying to make it the situation.
Well, that's where you come in because you make it for the people, right?
So we go to a song, and then
who said we're going to a song? You don't run this. He don't run this, y'all.
Come on, Keila, don't go to a song, please.
Why? Do we have a song ready?
Do we have a song?
Oh, we still got 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes for the song.
Oh, well, that's fine. So I can share this. Because this is basically, this sums up my opinion in a nutshell. And you all, Detroit likes to make me seem way more harsh and out there than what I am and or trying to convey. But hopefully this will help you all to understand when I say what I said. So this author wrote this is not my words, but I agree with what she's trying to say. So it says, it's my opinion that love evolves. Similar to what researchers have found when reviewing long-term relationships and how feelings change throughout the lifetime of a relationship. There is a honeymoon period, which can last anywhere from a couple of weeks to 18 months or so, where the in love, with quotes, feelings are the most present. The highs are incredibly high. The lows are sometimes a bit scary. And as a whole, it's a pretty powerful, earth-shattering feeling. This is the stage where people act more impulsively than normal and say things that they normally wouldn't. Afterwards, most of us move into a more stable type of love. If the relationship can last through the crazy in-love process, something more dependable, resilient, unconditional appears. It's not as heady for sure, but it's the kind of love you know you can spend the rest of your life basking in, enjoying, growing old. For some of us, moving from the one stage to the other might feel a bit like falling out of love, quotes, or not being in love anymore. For others, a crash, not unlike a sugar high, and we crave more of that high again, so we seek it out again elsewhere. Although I have yet to read any scientific proof that coincides with my feelings on this topic, but it's my guess that this is why and when many relationships go south. To me, this is the stage where love becomes a choice, not a wave to ride. And for some of us, that wave is a bit too heady and exciting to not live with every single day for our lives. But it is realistic to think we can find that, and we are ending perfectly good, stable, loving relationships in search of it. And so, in a nutshell, pretty much what she's saying is because of these feelings that sometimes we have, whether it's early on because of the in love, again, I'm doing air quotes, we're head over heels, we're what I said, infatuated, we can't help ourselves, can't eat, can't sleep, when they in the movies, they do the fireworks and all the other stuff like, oh my God, I can't help myself. I don't want to go to work. I just want to go stare at the person or all the other stuff. Like, that's the part where in the part before that where she says like it's more blinding. Like you can't make clear decisions because you're so engrossed and infatuated with, this other person. But then once you actually build a relationship with this person and you get to know who they are and you decide, again, making that choice that, what, I am willing to give of myself. And I'm not talking about sexually. I'm just saying like I'm willing to show a person who I am. You know what I mean? And not put on the facade. So, because I can be infatuated with your facade and I never really knew you. So how can I say that if we're talking about this in love stuff, how can I say that I love you if my love was conditional on who you were? You know what I'm saying? Or what you showed to me in the beginning. You're still supposed to love him. Now, if he says, well, you know what? Sorry, Miss Roro, but, I'm about to hit the road, because
there was no love there.
You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, and again.
But then again, see, that's what I said. Are you either going to be in love with them, or are you just going to say, "Oh, I just love that." So, I'm just
that's true. Don't let people get my life. Sickness, it love way that and see it right at it
that you actually love
to show that they don't a lot of relationships are decided prevail and so it's assumed that it's not necessarily okay. So
So we are going to go to a song, and yep, because I said so, because I run this. No, I'm just playing. And it's Raheem DeVaughn, and it's Raheem DeVaughn. We are back, and I'm being greedy right now, eating some chicken.
Stuff in her face, yo.
Yeah, my friend Kiana walked in and she got food, and she offered me. She offered me a piece of chicken, and who turned down chicken?
Turned down what? Huh?
Wow. I'm sorry, y'all. It's good. I'm sorry. It's good. I know. House cleaning. Is it 9? It is 9 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my basement doing a radio show. It's 9 o'clock. We want to thank you for tuning in with us. This is Urban Nation Radio. This is Monday Night Love Sessions. I'm your girl, Akila Trinae. We got Detroit in the building. We got Miss Roro in the building. All here today talking about LOVE. Love. Now we need some R. Kelly. Love Land. Hey. 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 But yeah, so we're talking about love. A couple things that I need everyone to do. I need everyone to pause. Take out your laptop, your smartphone, your tablet, your iPad, your iPhone, your eyebrows. I don't know. I just wanted to say that. Use your eyes. And go to Facebook.com. Go to our page, Urban Nation Radio, and like it. And then share it with other people. Do we want to give our announcement now since we're doing the house cleaning at the middle break? Do you want to give it? Detroit? You the one who was talking about it at the very beginning. You had an announcement.
But nah, homie, I ain't making no more executive decisions. All right.
No, I already had the okay. So I'm asking you if you wanted to. Yeah. It's okay. I'm gonna throw it to you again.
Shut me down.
He missed the layup. I'm gonna throw it to you again later. Follow us on Twitter, Urban Radio. You can also follow us on Instagram. Instagram. I still got chicken in my mouth. Urban Nation Radio. And yes, and I'm going to stop there because Detroit loves to take things out of context. So, go ahead. I probably should have grabbed. I don't even think we need the phone lines open today because people aren't even communicating with us on the message board.
That's a great segue.
Into...
All right, ladies.
Wait, drum roll, please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to you guys loving us as long as you have been word of mouth being spread and praise God. We were able and are able to go on up in the world.
We moving on up to the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Where, for those who have now been begging us to come in and speak their mind, they now have a place to come to our studio.
And, I'm sorry,
live audience.
I have to jump in. People who want to call in, we're going to have a number to call in. And...
and, some of the technical difficulties that we are having should and will cease to exist.
And yeah, cheer, woo! All those cheers, yeah.
Yeah. So, but we do want to thank you guys for say that next extra special our first show there. So make sure that you tune in and support. If you want to come down, let us know ahead of time.
And you can come in the studio and be an audience. Yeah!
And book your seats, or let us know so we can get the number so you can call in. Thank you guys, and let you know that guys, as we are so grateful.
Just like
so
that.
Continue to hit us up and continue to follow us and support us. You can see us in something like that. Your chicken,
right? But this ain't Roscoe's. This is Louisiana.
Just on some real deal. Love y'all. We thank y'all. And we are wrestling. And it's our first step. So thank you. But okay. So, we are talking about love. But I'm worried about this and seeing how she ran the course of that type of love beginning. I say, hey. Let's not talk about men and women type love, like the physical type love. Like black people like. So I'm a big Usher fan. Not to say that other.
I was like, what?
But you get what I'm saying. Anyway, so I'm a big Usher fan, and I ran across a book called Venus a while ago. And Usher got a song. It caught my attention, and they say that. Anyway, something like that.
And Detroit is from Uranus.
But so I'm going to read you a few things that I just thought were interesting from the book, and then we can discuss later and how you feel about them. But it is a good book. It's Mars and Venus in the Bedroom by John Gray. A Guide to Laughter, Romance, and Passion. He has a series of books And if you're interested, I think get them. So, first of the things that I'm going to read the paragraph is it says why sex is so important, right? Anyway, it says we're all aware that sex tends to be more important to men, while romance is more important to women. But we generally don't understand why. Without deeper understanding of the fundamental difference, women commonly underestimate the importance of sex for men and many times judge them as superficial one thing. A woman's judgment begins to soften. She discovers the reasons that some men seem sex. A deeper understanding of our sexual differences based on our historical development and social conditioning, she can begin to understand why, for many men, sexual arousal is the key for helping them connect and realize for their loving feelings. It is through sex that a man's heart, allowing him to experience both his loving feelings and his hunger for love as well. Ironically, it is sex that allows a man to feel his need for love, while it is receiving love that helps a woman feel her hunger for sex. I'm going to that part again. For many men, sexual arousal is the key for helping them connect and realize feelings. Sex allows a man to feel his needs for love, while receiving love helps a woman to feel her hunger for sex. And I'll finish up by saying a man often misunderstands a woman's need for sex and may feel instead that she is provoking sex. When he wants sex and she is readily in the book, he easily misunderstands and rejected. He does not instinctively realize that a woman generally needs to feel love and romance to feel her hunger for sex. Just as women need, just as women need good communication with their partner to feel loved and loving, a man needs sex. Certainly, a man can feel love in other powerful way. A woman's love can touch his soul and open his heart. Is great sex.
Why it always gotta be about sex?
It don't, but it is about sex today. Okay, so in this particular topic, and that opening passage touched me for a number of reasons, and it's because I know, as I spoke to you, I say, I know a lot of good men out here, and one particular
Your opinion.
gentleman, he copes. I know he copes. Like I like that, but he had a hard life, so he expressed that to this young lady that I sent him to, and she came back and told me about sex. That's all. And somehow the conversation got there. I don't even. I said, talk about how his childhood and how he deals with sex, and I ain't got time for that. Now, granted, that was her harsh about it, how she felt. I would say ignorantly about it. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there because I'm pretty sure, like she just said, spoke out loud and said, "Why talk about sex?" In this case, it's not. It's not so much that it's all about sex. Never sex about. It has. It's just how he connects with his feelings and allows him to open up and convey his feelings to another person. So a lot of times, out sex for men, there is to get those feelings out. Granted, you and get it out. But for connecting for men, sometimes it gets deep, like tapping, get deep because maybe they just like to talk, and maybe they talk to that many people. You know, but it's and I'm sorry, nobody could hear Kiana say why don't you hear everybody else, but
That is so true.
but this is not for each and every man. What I'm saying is there are men out there who connect with sex the way women and use it as a means of actual emotion, not just about them laying down and getting into your legs for shallow. Like there is depth to a man having sex, and a lot of times, like it's just what it is. It's shallow act, and before I give it, he's saying I want to get, it, but I need to get there, and I need to get it. Hey, hey, in the book, he said, you know, what we understand one another before Akila,
Mhm.
speak, please. Comment. Come on.
I mean, you're just talking like I mean, say that. Let me just clear my thought. Give me a second.
Okay. It, it, I'm just saying, it's not all. Even though a man is having sex,
There's a bigger picture.
again, a lot of times, sex, like I think that is the way that a man learns love, and or he's taught that. So if he doesn't have sex, a lot of times he feels like he can't connect, like get even close, even open that plane.
So, like, if this girl, let's just say, this girl, they just started dating, and he believes about having sex. What if she don't have sex so much? Then what is he gonna do then?
He's not gonna fall in love. Apparently,
He's just gonna just date her
according
and just
to
be like, oh,
Detroit's definition.
but I'm not gonna fall in love with you, or I'm not gonna be loving
But he
you
didn't
the way you
respond to
want.
that part. What happens then?
You got
You guys, she's talking.
yeah, and you had a sidebar. So,
Attitude, diva.
To answer your question first,
Diva.
okay, I'm certain that what he said, but in my opinion, based on what he's saying, for that given person, then if you feel how he opened up that deep, maybe you guys don't have sex until you get married. Doesn't mean that will ever have a deep connection. That
So why can't he have a deep connection with me without the sex? Why it
for
have
the
to
same
be
reason,
all?
for the exact same reason that you can only have a deep connection until marriage.
Well, right.
And it's not every man, but I'm saying that particular situation, it's that situation.
Honestly, to me that would make sense. No, I'm like, she's like popped her head over like, but honestly, to me that would make sense. What you're saying, and I think that that's probably the reason why it's instituted in that way for sex to come after marriage, for the simple fact of because of that connection that's supposed to be, a deep connection with another person. That's all I have to say about that. I mean, I do have a response, but I'm gonna let you guys finish. I mean, because it is kind of in response to what you're saying.
I mean, not like this part think about sex. Being married before having sex, but they just feel like, well, I need to see how or I need to see how she's good fit and blah blah blah. I mean, that's why I said it's all about physical. I just get on my nerves sometimes. It feels like it's just that people, I'm like people always talk about how how Sakila was just talking about how they feel stuff. They're nervous around the person,
right?
Like butterflies in the stomach, whatever, right? But yet, when it comes to how she was saying, love has to be unconditional. Certain things they would.
What's to say he ever claimed love for that actually happened? That's too, is it? Or I go, Madam Kiana. Okay, and we just got finished talking about love. this is clearly about sex. So like now, we are talking sex. So, we're talking about the necessary code.
What does being an adult in this situation have to do with anything?
No. What I'm saying is because
what if you're a teenager?
Well, what I'm saying is this is about the whole picture of relationship. Like now, we do the part talking about sex, physical part of sex. So give your response, and I read a lot of. So for me, sexual arousal is the key and realize their love feeling. Sex allows a man to feel his need while receiving love. So a woman feels hunger for sex or that love. Sex is different.
What love is.
Okay. Love and sex.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to read an excerpt from the conversation, How Black Men and Women Can Build Loving, Trusting Relationships by Hill Harper. He says a bunch of things, but I think this part of it really speaks to what you were mentioning. I mean, it's a lot. I'm trying to figure out how much of this I want to read or which parts are most important. But I'll just start here. It seems to me, this is Hill Harper speaking, it seems to me that the basic things we want are pretty clear. A man wants to find a woman who wants to be with him. A woman wants to find a man who wants to be with her. They each want to find someone they like. They want to come together in a good spirit. They want to enjoy talking and spending time with each other. And it seems safe to say that they both want to enjoy each other's bodies and be enjoyed by the other in the act of sex. So far, so good. It all sounds pretty simple. So why does it break down? Where does it break down? We can start trying to answer those questions by looking to our bodies, the very tools that we use in the act of sex, to give us some clues. Did you know that there is a hormone called oxytocin that is released by both men and women during sex? Oxytocin is called the bonding hormone because it is secreted into women's bloodstreams during breastfeeding to bond mother to baby. Oxytocin is responsible for the feel-good feeling we all get when we cuddle or have an orgasm. But here's the trick. Women's bodies secrete oxytocin more often than men's bodies do. And when women have more receptors in their bodies for the hormone. What does this mean? It means that every act of affection or sex is more biologically significant to a woman. Her biology has set her up to bond with every human who causes the release of this hormone. While the hormone may be active in a man's body for up to 3 hours after a physical encounter, the larger number of receptors in a woman's body can keep the hormone active in her system for as long as 3 days. Guys, take note. When a woman is all dreamy and bright-eyed after sex because you think you rocked her world, her body chemistry is telling her to bond with you. Her mind, however, may be trying to figure out whether or not she even likes you enough to do it again. For women, that sensation of intimacy and vulnerability remains for days. That's how strong oxytocin is. It's important for men to be aware of this effect and to take responsibility for it. A woman is not stalking you simply because she expects you to call the next day. She wants to know that you respect the intimacy that the two of you shared, not to mention the fact that when a man and a woman have intercourse, it is the woman that is bringing the man into her. A man's body is not entered by the woman. That difference alone creates a different level of intimate interaction. Some male friends have told me that sometimes sex for them is no more intimate than masturbation. What sex is to men is often very different from what it is to women. The evidence is everywhere, from the differences in our biology to the different ways we use language. Studies show that women often suggest sex as a shorthand for closeness. A woman might suggest to a man that they get together, and he might assume that this means he will get some sex. She, however, might want romantic time with him, no sex implied. She might want to cuddle with him. Sex is possible, but not her goal. Perhaps she wants more intimacy in the sex they will be having, a shift from just doing it to making love. Or maybe she wants sex, For a man, often sex means sex. If he signs on for sex and gets rocked by the bonding hormone, it's great. When a man initiates sex, it is not necessarily to feel closer to his partner. For him, the sexual experience might be a way to experience the feeling he gets from going for a run, or driving a fast car, or seeing a movie, or doing any other activity that offers pleasurable sensations. In short, a man may initiate sex for no other reason than the enjoyment of the physical experience that sex is, and this can come into conflict with the emotions the woman may bring to the experience. He might enjoy the pleasure of her company, but what she hears may not be what he is saying. For a good number of men, sex is pure, carnal pleasure. It releases stress and allows them to feel good. I had one friend tell me, I like to have sex when I go to bed because it helps me fall asleep easier. And I'll stop there.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. It was self-explanatory.
Well, I think that's, but again, I think that's part of it. I don't think it's just the concept. But so probably get to the lighter side of sex, but I would share so now I'm gonna read this short part in it, and it's called The Therapy of Great Sex. Okay, not a very pretty same kind of. Any resentments for building up in a man are easily washed away when he experiences great sex. There is no therapy better for a man than sex. Sometimes there are counseling is needed to get that place for a man and experience great sex. But once a couple is there, they know how to keep getting there. For a man, great sex keeps him going, keeps the magic of the passion and love. Without the regular experience of great sex, it is very easy to get love. He may wish her well and be still in a relationship, but he will not feel the deep connection that they felt in the beginning. Without great sex, her little affection again get big.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just have a quick question from what you're saying. So that means that in that situation, if sex were to stop for any reason, that he no longer is going to be in love with this or have love for this woman.
I don't want to start that may answer like just hold the question. You've already posed the topic. Okay. So unlike a woman talk about a man can feel more loving through great sex. And last paragraph, also good communication is essential in a relationship and will lead to great sex. If a woman in a relationship doesn't experience sex at the time, she can easily harden on the weight of all the time. She feels responsible not for herself, but also for her partner. Gets her own sensual and sexual feminine side. Without the romantic support of her loving companion, she doesn't feel she has time. So, reiterate the without the romantic support of her loving companion, she doesn't feel she has time. Without romantic support of her loving companion,
She didn't need it again.
she doesn't feel she has time for herself. So let's go back.
You said you were going to remember.
Let's go back to the question. So if the couple doesn't have great sex.
No, I said if sex stops for some reason, does that mean that he no longer loves the woman?
No.
But that's what it seems like.
Have a deep connection. That's the only way he can have a deep connection.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
so we need to raise our hand there. Okay, here, teacher. Okay. So
No, we don't.
One of me three, y'all. Allow me to respond.
Nobody is even giving you hard. You can answer it now.
Okay, so anyway.
You're getting flustered. Just go ahead and answer the question.
I have the answers. Okay. The points first, they're separate. Second one about sex and self. This is about sex and straight therapy and how to help get back to a place that you may have lost. sex, and he does want sex great, those things that are imperfect become big. A lot of times in the beginning, we talk about they can get lost in it. Well, those are the times that everybody, man and woman, overlook in the beginning due to sexual desire. When you're you know, person, he may be saying stuff that you should watch, because you're into this person. Well, after the great sex thing dissipates, now you may begin to see it coming down. All this saying for time, if you're having great sex, things that are minute that can get big and snowball. Don't. He clearly said you still need communication.
So that would just mean that whatever the issue was, it wasn't even taken care of. It wasn't handled. It was just, which reminds me of the movie How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Now, this is the problem that I have with that, because they had a lot of issues, and the issues were reoccurring in that movie. Beyond the fact of her being older than her, Stella, being older than Winston in the film. However, every time they had an issue, here come Taye Diggs, climbing in the shower with her, climbing in the bed with her, and then they go through, they have this passionate sex, and the issues were still never resolved. And they still had those problems. Like, yes, they had the passionate love, but at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, and they woke up, and they still had to deal with whatever those issues were. So it didn't take it away. It doesn't go away. Maybe now he is more relaxed and chill, so he's not tripping on it. But she is still having an issue with whatever it was.
And you know what? All that is cool. Because guess what I said at the very beginning?
Okay, just say it.
I'm gonna take
Diva.
I'm gonna take us to a place in the bedroom. The title.
Yes, we know that.
Okay, so no. You know it, but you're responding to something else. Because clearly before I said this is about the therapy of great sex. Would anybody here disagree that great sex is some part of the therapy?
If we already just said that's not even my point.
Exactly.
You can have good sex.
Right. But that would only matter to me right now. We can still discuss if I was arguing that great sex therapy made amends for all of it.
I'm trying to figure out how this is connected to what love is. So unless you're making the argument that love is sex, then I don't understand how we're.
What my correlation.
Okay.
Often in love, it brings about sex. What does that part of that type of the sex do for you? How can we how can we get to a place of helping each other have great sex to help us with our love? Because people break up if they don't have some people break up they are not having.
So, through what you just read, what part of that was the solution as to how they can have great sex to not break up the relationship of love?
When he said you need to have good communication.
Right. So really,
right.
That
was again, when I introduced this part, all three of you women took it to a place I was not going. So I really only read the sex therapy part to reflect what you guys were saying.
Should play some Robin Thicke, some sex therapy, because that's all.
Mars versus Venus, just to show the differences in men how they treat the sexual act that they here. We both want to have sex but it's different for each. But it's different for the man and different for the woman.
It seemed like that's. It seemed like the man is using the woman when you say it like that. Like, no. I'm just gonna,
Sex happens.
Oh, really? So you're saying that the people who are having sex together love each other. All the people who have sex love each other. That would be a fallacy.
No.
That is a fallacy. So therefore, time out. So therefore, sex cannot equate love. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't.
It's not true.
You're right. So what you're saying doesn't make sense.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, say it again.
Disagree with me. Anybody in here ever been in sex? Yes or no? Okay. We'll take you. The person that you that has nothing to do with. We're not talking about why you feel. We're talking. Did you have love? Okay. This was about fall in love and having sex. How to keep that good and how he's interpreting.
Yeah, but that's not even our topic.
That's not even about it.
We are not talking about how to keep relationships alive. That's where you're going with this.
That's what it feels like.
It is.
That's what it seems like. It's like that. That's what it is. This book is about sex therapy.
What does it say? Give me the book. Give me the book.
Mars and Venus.
Give me the book.
A guide to lasting romance and passion.
See, a guide to lasting to passion. Okay, passion. That's like saying an old married couple saying, okay, this is exactly how you're going to go through. This is what you exactly should do. I mean,
in the beginning,
God created the heavens and the earth.
Oh, exactly.
In the beginning,
Adam and Eve.
Did you say that some people might not know what love is? They may be infatuation. Not know. But can you think sex or that you love as a symbol for sex? Sex as a symbol for sex. Do we think that's okay? Yeah. So for those who just think that on the premise, that's one. Now before I came in after the break, you said
just talk to us. Don't talk to me like that.
Because the faster I talk, the more different emphasis you draw. And what for a teacher, I'm really trying to keep it to subject predicate because I'm not trying to go off the tangent. What is love? Okay, the bunch of variations to love. For some people, love is sex. To me, I was going in the direction because I was actually going back in a book that did really well. For some people, after they fall in love, they have sex, and they fall out of love because they can't get back to a place of good standing, which a lot of times have to deal with sex. All I was saying, the part that love has to do when it comes to sex, this is what that love, or how he interprets versus how she interprets when they are in love. And if you understand,
well, I think that's probably where you get the falling in and out because you were in,
just what you got,
and now you're out.
Just what you got. And I don't even really think with her. But just and
what? I don't.
Because I really don't. She could, and I think she feels. I think they all feel the same. But I think before they heard me, they spoke. I think they rebutted what they spoke. Did you reply last? That's what they spoke first. So it's kind of like came me. I felt like you felt that. Matter of fact, I felt why they all you guys felt that. Except for I wasn't talking about it. Everything you said, I agree with. But in the book, everything you said, you agree with. You need to have communication to ultimately get to great. Right. I completely agree. Right, and it'd be different if he omitted that part. He said that before he went on and said everything else, so it was covered. So he wasn't talking about that part, and I didn't bring it up for that part because I'm never going to substitute a physical act for an emotional speech. What is love to me? It's emotional. But to me, this is a physical situation. I agree with it. He talked about something. Yeah, it can be a carnal thing. It can't just be a flip. I agree, but that doesn't mean that when it's right. But it doesn't. Right, but it doesn't mean that when you're in love and a man or a woman is in love, having sex that it has nothing to do with their love. Because if a person's gonna break up with another person because of sex, then it has long. We all know break up because of those physical mismatch. Period. Either way, it's the same thing. I'm not getting. It's almost back to her question or statement in the beginning. Is it really just all about sex? No. But for some men, that's how they view love. And if you're dealing with a man that views sex as love, and
that's
you
true.
don't know it, then this is how you need. This is how you need to interpret. Or this is how he interprets. But to her point, you never know how a person is or what their love is. They may be
until you communicate with them.
Right.
And if you don't, where's that spot? And if you don't, because open and honest communication about sex is critical for both happiness and health. As a group, that's of African Americans, our inability to communicate about sex and sexuality has led to the highest rates of teen pregnancy, the greatest number of children born out of wedlock in the nation, as well as the fastest growing rates of HIV, AIDS infection of any distinct group. So yeah, it's a lot of people having sex and a lot of people having unprotected sex and a lot of people thinking that they in love and out of love and around love and rolling in love and all of that stuff.
The better way to think once you're married and we understand how he said you need good communication.
So
right, but nobody's rebutting that.
But that's what I'm. That's what I'm saying. Right, but that's what I'm saying. While nobody's rebutting that, I didn't lead with that, and I
don't understand what the hostility is about.
Well, I'm not really hostile. I talk with my hands.
Detroit.
Whatever.
You started the conversation calm, but now all of a sudden you moving and shaking and
I'm shaking.
Yeah, right. What you're not gonna do is try and act like you ain't got aggressive up in here.
Oh no,
yeah, you did. Okay. No, really? No, you really? So now you're gonna just act like this is a me thing? After you was just talking to them. Okay.
I was talking to them, but what I'm saying is you have to handle each person differently.
Okay.
No, I clearly messed up with you a long time ago. I said, I talk, interjecting, and you was like, just talk over me. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know.
This was happening.
But I have to talk aggressively so that sometimes.
So, yes. So.
You should play Robin Thicke, Sex Therapy.
Well, I guess that's what it is.
Hello.
We are back, except for their sound still playing. Wonderful. Urban Nation Radio. Thank you for staying tuned with us. That was Robin Thicke, Sex Therapy. And
dedication to Dr.